Hey everyone, it's October 9th, and that means that if today's your birthday, you share with Philadelphia-based serial killer Harrison Graham, who murdered 7 victims in the mid-1980s, and that is him right up there. Graham was born in 1959, the oldest of 5 children, and displayed signs of a learning disability, having problems with academics and discipline in school before dropping out in the 10th grade. He worked in construction and moved to North Philadelphia when he was 20, being well known in his neighborhood for being friendly with kids, amusing them with a Cookie Monster puppet. He also had a predilection for using drugs, heavy drinking, and hiring local prostitutes, bringing them home to his squalid one-bedroom apartment. In 1987, Graham got into a fight with his landlord's nephew and left his apartment, declaring that he was moving out. Before he left, he nailed the bedroom door shut, claiming he was leaving property there that he would return for. After a few days of Graham being gone, the landlord fielded complaints from neighbors of a stench coming from the apartment during the dog days of August, when Philadelphia is even more miserable than normal. He called the police, and on August 9th, they were there to supervise when the landlord opened the bedroom door, revealing 2 strangled corpses, 3 human skeletons buried beneath a pile of garbage, and another body tied up in the closet. The police began an intensive search for Graham and found him later that day. They then found another skull and partial human remains a few doors down, and skeletal remains on the roof. Only the 2 most recent victims were able to be identified, since they had been strangled within the past 10 days. The other victims had been killed sometime in the past 2 years. Under questioning from police, Graham confessed to killing 7 women. His MO was to offer addicts on the street drugs in exchange for sex, then tie up and strangle the women, after which he would engage in necrophilia with their corpses. Graham opted for a trial by judge instead of a jury of his peers, and during the trial he was fixated on his Cookie Monster puppet, which had been entered into evidence. 2 women came forward and testified that they had lived with him briefly and considered themselves lucky to have escaped alive. He reportedly would choke them to the point of unconsciousness during sex, and he admitted to them that he had killed his former girlfriend. Graham was convicted of 6 counts of murder and abuse of a corpse, at which point he asked to have his Cookie Monster puppet back. He was sentenced to life in prison, to be followed by the death penalty, thus ensuring he would never be released on parole. But on appeal, the death sentence was revoked due to his tested IQ of 63 and symptoms of mental illness. While in prison, Graham has become an ordained minister and counsels his fellow prisoners at the SCI Cole Township Penitentiary. If this is your birthday, I hope you have a great day. Leave me a comment so I can wish you a happy birthday. If you know someone whose birthday it is today, send them this video so they can find out all about their birthday twin. And to Harrison Graham, I say, happy birthday, you bastard.